Ladies and gentlemen, pardon the interruption, but I've just been handed an urgent news bulletin. It seems yet again another amateur filmmaker has made the dastardly mistake of skipping vital steps in their pre-production workflow. Unfortunately, the short film Reese's Pieces Falcon will no longer be made.
Hello filmmakers, Ash here, and welcome to Film It Yourself. Pre-production is where all of the detailed planning for your film happens. Everything from camera equipment to props to how much coffee you'll need, P.S. it's a lot, is completely plotted out. As it should be, because this is the most crucial stage in filmmaking to ensure your film shoot goes smoothly and doesn't become a disaster worthy of the evening news. So, let's jump in and break down all of the important steps that make up pre-production. The first step of pre-production is the first table read. This is where the director and producer read the script out loud, usually with some friends or colleagues playing the various roles. This is a step that can often be overlooked, but I highly recommend it because reading your script to yourself versus hearing it spoken out loud with emotion can really change your vision for the film and quickly identify anything that's not working. Next is the storyboarding and/or shot listing phase. This is where the director and/or director of photography plan out the shots that will make up the film. Now, not every filmmaker uses both. Some use one over the other. For example, I prefer to storyboard rather than shot list as I'm a more visual person, but it's totally okay to choose the method that works best for you. After that comes scheduling, and I highly recommend that you take the time to do this step because it can dictate your budget. This is where you plan out exactly how many shots you'll be able to get in a day, how much time you'll spend shooting each one, and how many days you'll need to shoot. Then comes budgeting. Because you've spent the time to figure out how many shoot days you'll need, you'll be able to come up with a fairly realistic budget for your film. This is key, as costs on a film can add up quickly. Having a budget as a guide can help keep your film costs from bloating unexpectedly. Next is casting. This is where you typically hire a casting director who assists the director in casting the film. The director and casting director attend casting sessions where they audition various actors and actresses for different roles. Then comes crew hiring, and this can often be happening simultaneously with the previous steps. This is where the producer hires the various crew members needed to make the film, such as the camera department, makeup artists, and production assistants, who can make sure you have an endless stream of coffee. After that comes equipment rentals. Now that you've hired the crew needed, they can now assess and inform you what equipment will be needed to shoot the film. This can be anything from camera equipment, sound stages, or prop rentals. By the way, when it comes to gear rentals, I highly recommend borrowlenses.com. They have a large selection of filmmaking equipment and camera gear that you can rent and have shipped directly to your door, so you don't have to waste time driving to and from a rental house. Check out the link in the description below to start renting your equipment like a true mail-order filmmaking wizard. Next comes location scouting. This is where the director, producer, and if you have the budget for it, a hired location scout out various potential filmmaking locations to see if they will work for the film and if there's any safety or technical concerns that will need to be addressed. Pro tip, I highly recommend you bring a camera and shoot some quick video or stills of the location for future reference. Next, but often simultaneously, is props and wardrobe. This is where any props or wardrobe needed for the film are either purchased or made, and wardrobe fittings with the cast are also done to ensure everything is fitting and looking right. Then, and again often simultaneously, is the second table read. This is where the director, producer, and cast get together to read the script out loud once again and discuss characters. And finally is rehearsal and/or test shoots. For rehearsals, the director and cast get together again and test out the scene with blocking, as well as discuss performance and character motivations. For test shoots, the director, cinematographer, and if possible, cast do a few test shots to make sure any difficult or special effects heavy shots will work. this step is even more effective if it happens in the actual shooting location, but that's not always practical. Now that you know these basic steps to pre-production, your film shoot will be sure to go smoothly because you'll be super prepared and organized. And if you want to make sure you don't miss a step, you can get my free pre-production workflow checklist by signing up for my newsletter in the description below. Plus, by signing up, you'll get to hear all about all things FIY related first. Because that's a big deal on the internet, right?
And now, back to our regularly scheduled program, To All the Dogs I've Loved Before.
Here's the thing, I had to make it look like I liked you, just so Bark Twain wouldn't know that I like him.